In this video you will learn the best blues chord that is at the same time the easiest to play blues chord. I will teach you what comping is, and the rhythms and the chord that you learn in this video are very universal. You can use them in many different situations. But before we go into the details, let's listen to one of the examples that you learn in this video. Hello and welcome. My name is Andy and this is a place where blues guitar is made easy. So the easiest and at the same time the most important blues chord is this one. Let's say we are in the key of A, like all our playbacks are today. Here's our A, and you go 2 strings up, same fret, index finger, and your ring finger 1 fret up on the G string. So D5, index, G6, ring finger. Wow, that's a strong sound. Yes, if you add the root, it sounds a little more pleasing. The root is covered by the bass player anyway, on beat 1 at least. So we are covered there. And if you play this chord, you don't muddy up the bass register, but you also don't muddy up the high register where the solo guitar or a sax player or a singer is. Great stuff. So this is the first chord. It's an excerpt from this chord, the E7 bar chord moved to the 5th fret, and if you take a look at the middle 2 strings, that's where those 2 notes come from. If you go down 1 fret to this here, this is a D7. Now why is that a D7? If you take a look at this D7, it's a C, C7, moved up 2 frets, D7. If you take a look at the middle 2 strings, you'll see there are those notes. So this is minor 7th and major 3rd, and this one is just upside down, major 3rd and minor 7th, but you don't need to know the theory. I'm telling you this if you're interested in the theory, but if not, just forget about it. This is your A7, this is your D7. You just move it 1 fret down. Hey, if this is a D7, the E7 is always just 2 frets higher. So with one simple chord shape, just moved 1 fret down or 1 fret up, you have covered all 3 chords in the blues. Isn't that great? So let's play through the 12-bar blues form just with 1 hit per bar. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll add cool rhythms just after that. 1, down, that's D7. Move up to A. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Now up to the E. Down to the D, 2 frets lower. A. And we'll just stay on the A. If you have a turnaround here, a turnaround is usually something like, and this here, you can double up with what we're playing here. So you play an A chord on the last note and on this, you'll play, sounds really great. So what you'll do in those last 4 bars is E, 1 and 2 and 3 with a cool rhythm of course, that I'll show you in a minute. A, 3, 4. So that would be a turnaround with just that simple chord if you needed to play a turnaround. Okay, so now you know what to play. Let's see how to play it. What cool rhythms can we add to this simple chord? Well, first of all, we need to be able to play short notes. I mean really short notes. Like if you sing that rhythm, for example, you have long notes, ba, and you have short notes, bap. Just think of a horn player, a trumpet or a saxophone. Bap, 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 ba, bap. That's the things that we want to be able to play. If you can sing them, that's a very good sign. You know how the rhythm should sound. So how do you play these short staccato notes, as they're called? Well, just practice getting shorter and shorter. Let's play half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on 1 you hit the strings, on 3 you stop them. Well, how do you stop the strings? You could use your right hand, your plucking hand, but I prefer using the fretting hand. Why? Because it's a lot easier if the rhythm is faster, and also it's a very small movement and you don't have to get out of the rhythm of plucking whatever you do with that hand. So what you'll do is you don't actively pull away your fingers, which would sound something like this, then the open strings would ring, but you just release the pressure very little bit. So this is with pressure applied, and if you release the pressure, then your fingers go up a tiny little bit, but you still touch the strings so they can't sound. That's all. And now we'll do it a little faster in quarter notes, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So plucking on 1, stopping on 2, plucking on 3, stopping on 4. Turn on your metronome, maybe at 60 beats per minute. Tick, tick, tick. And if that's easy, make it even shorter. Play an 8th note, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or only play every second or every fourth note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And now a tiny little bit shorter, as short as you can, like bam. And that's all. That's a technique. Now where do we place these accents? It's always a good idea to have at least one accent on an offbeat, on an and. Because if you have only downbeats like 1, 2, 3, it's a pretty boring rhythm. So let's see, add an offbeat. We'll play the 1 and the 2 and. Remember, it's a shuffle, so it's not 1 and 2 and, but the and is a little late. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Ow. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. And if you got that rhythm down, then let's play it with the band. Now let's try a different rhythm. We move both of these accents 1/8 note late. So the first one on the 1 and the second one on the 3. Notice again there's an and, an offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's try it with the band. Now, how about a 2-bar phrase? Well, we can combine the rhythms that we just learned. We'll start with the second one and then we'll play the first one. And then it sounds like this. I'll play the whole 12-bar progression now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Now comes E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Notice that on the E I played the first bar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here I played the second bar of the rhythm on the D. 1 and 2 and. You could also play the first bar of the rhythm here and here again the first bar of the rhythm. Let's play that with the band again. what we'll do now is we'll add a little movement to the rhythm. That's chromatic movement, to be exactly. Chromatic means we'll just move fret by fret. So what we'll do is we'll play the first rhythm again, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and in one of those 2 bars we'll add an extra note. And though we'll still play the same simple pattern every bar, by just adding 1 note or so to each second bar, it starts to sound like a 2-bar phrase. And so it takes twice as long till it gets boring. Great trick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and. So we'll have 4 short accents and the middle one is long. Bap, bap, ba, bap, bap. And the middle one is also lowered. We just move down here. A little tension and back. We'll do the same thing on D. And now on the E, we'll have E 1 bar, and we'll have D. And this one in the middle, when we come from the E, is actually also a great transition to D. I bet you have heard that hundreds of times. That's very common with blues chords, whatever you do. Or even with the bass player. And so on. So that's very, very common. Great trick. So let's play that with the band. So I think I didn't promise too much. This is really an easy rhythm to play. That's really an important rhythm to play. That's also great sounding, and also you will recognize that in countless blues songs. Now, how can you continue to learn blues guitar from me? Well, there are multiple versions. First of all, you could watch more videos on my channel. You should not forget to subscribe to my channel so you'll never miss a video, and just hit that little bell. Also, I can teach you personally. Just send me an email and we can make an appointment for a Skype lesson. I'll teach worldwide in German or English via Skype. And then we can talk about your individual problems, about the songs you want to learn, and about the playing techniques you have problems with, and so on. And of course, you can't ask your questions to a video, so in that lessons you can ask all your questions and get them answered. So, my name is Andy and I'll see you on the next video.